Greetings, I'm Cassie Vanderwall, a registered dietitian, personal trainer, and certified diabetes educator within the University of Wisconsin-Madison's Health System. Today I'm happy to walk you through my poster entitled Validation of a Body Figure Scale to Assess Body Figure Awareness Among a Multiracial Pediatric Population. We are presently in a state of oblivion, in my opinion, when it comes to obesity. Everyone is aware of the obesity epidemic and how it plagues our youth, and as such, we've become desensitized to the body figures of many. Body figure awareness, or self-awareness as it relates to one's body figure, is a strong determinant of weight management practices among youth. The accuracy of an individual's body figure awareness in youth has those clinical implications where we find that overweight and obese youth who misperceive their body figure are more likely to not take action and therefore at greater risk of chronic disease and morbidities, including obesity as an adult. Whereas if they perceive an accurate body figure and recognize the complications and risks of obesity, they are more likely to take action. This is intriguing to me, and I've thought to establish a body figure scale that would be applicable to a larger group of race, ethnicities, and gender identifications among a greater age range, because at this time there is not one. Body figure scales have been around for some time. The first validated body figure scale was done by Stungard in a Danish population, which is presented before you. Collins in 1991 took this scale and modified it and adapted it and validated it in pre-adolescent youth. But again, as you can see, this figure depicts a primarily non-Hispanic white population. This is an issue because we know that prevalence of obesity and obesity risk is greater among minority youth. So to fill this gap, I sought to validate a modified 7-silhouette gender-neutral body figure scale to assess body figure awareness within this multiracial pediatric population. My specific objectives were to test the concurrent validity of this new scale, a modified scale based on the Collins scale that you saw in the previous slide, in a wider age range of 9 to 18 years in a diverse sample. I also plan to establish construct validity using a trained rater, which had sufficient inter-rater reliability, using DEXA-acquired adiposity measurements, specifically percent fat. And finally, to establish the stability of this new scale using test-retest reliability methods. This figure on my poster walks you through those validation and reliability methods. So again, I started with this Collins scale and then moved on to create my own scale and validated utilizing that aforementioned Collins scale. So what we found is that there was strong positive correlation between the subject's body figure selection on the scale before you and the Collins scale. We also found that as figure sizes grew in size, as did the percent body fat of the subjects, including their BMI for age percentiles, establishing construct validity of this new scale. We also found that using test-retest reliability measures that individuals selected that same figure 2 to 14 days after the iteration was presented. This deemed this new scale both valid and reliable as compared to that Collins body figure scale. As you can see before you, we also dipped our toe in the water to assess body figure awareness and the relationship between the two scales in terms of how aware these obese and non-obese youth were. So what are the implications here? This research presents the first validation of a multiracial gender-neutral body figure scale to measure body figure awareness within pediatric sample and again in a vast age range of 9 to 18 years. This is significant again because individuals with inaccurate perceptions are at greater risk for obesity and obesity-related complications. Limitations of this research included a smaller sample size for reliability testing and really a clustering of figures selected amongst youth with a great range of anthropometric measurements. And this may allude to the need for maybe a larger figure at the end of there, maybe an 8-figure scale. So validation of a body figure scale in this population will allow healthcare communities to really capture these misperceptions. And this is what you see before you. We have people coming to the table in the clinical and a public health setting that all bring a piece to the puzzle: the childhood patient, the family or the caregivers, and the clinician. We need to all put our heads together so that we can build a constructed treatment plan to either prevent childhood obesity or to better management and prevent complications. So I really appreciate your time. If you have any questions for me or would like more information on this scale, please feel free to contact me at kathy.vanderwall@gmail.com. Thank you for your time.